So I want to point something out about the star comedian Mojo Brooks. If you're not familiar with him, he's been on Wild 'N Now, and he's now, he's taking over the internet, man. You always gonna see clips of him, even if you're not looking for him, because that's how I discovered him. He's doing a hell of a job, man, creatively, and putting out his content. But something I noticed while I was talking to my producer when he was in town recently, we was talking about stand up, and somehow we got to talking about Mojo, and he was like, "Yeah, the guy that take the cell phone out the crowd." And I was like, "Yeah, man, that's very innovative and creative because we're living in a time where a lot of comedians, when they at a certain level, like Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, they take the cell phones, doing the taping of the specials and doing, I guess anytime they do like stand up. And Mojo has been able to utilize the cell phone and make it work to not only make the crowd, comfortable, because some people are uncomfortable without their cell phone because we're in a time where everybody want to have their phone on them. Not only are they comfortable, he made these people a part of the show. I just think that's so genius how he uses the cell phone with, talking to a person that he don't know, and then they lead up to every time they lead up to him having to use a cell phone by saying something as simple as, you came here by yourself, or if it's a guy, he'll be like, "Where your lady at?" He'll be like, "Oh man, she at the house." Man, pull the phone out. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna call her and find out why she not there. Like, man, that's what separates the greats from, the average Joes, man. Mojo, man, is really trailblazing and being innovative and working with the times. And this is what they mean when they say some people gonna get left behind and some people just gonna figure out how to make it work. And I admire that about him, man. That made him really stand out. And he's extremely dope, man. Like, it's funny every time. Like, I've never saw him do that bit where he tell him to pull the phone out. And a lot of times, man, you could just tell it's all improv and it just comes out magical. That's when you know you're a star, and that's an indication that we're looking at a future legend of the comedy game because he figured out a way to make it work. I know before Mojo, Country Wayne, he was talking about how much money was on Facebook, and he making all this money on Facebook, putting out, the skits and things like that. And you see Drewski, he's making skits bigger now with production. And Mojo, he's taking crowd work and using the cell phone as a way to make his comedy set work, like and improv and things like that. So man, that's just greatness that we're witnessing, and it's inspired me to realize, like, man, no matter what times we in, somebody gonna figure out a way to make something work. And he's a great indication of being god level, man, because now he ain't gonna have no problems saying, "Yo, they can bring their cell phones out," because if he sees somebody recording him, he may just take the phone and record himself on the phone and use it as content, on his page. So it all works out, man. And the OGs, man, can learn something from Mojo, because it might have just started off as, because it's usually how great things happen. You just start off trying to do something in the spare of the moment, and then you realize, oh man, that was clutch, that worked, that was a little magical, we should do it again. And then you keep doing it and it becomes like your signature thing. I remember Dion Cole. That's how I discovered him on Comic View, and we always remembered him in school as the guy that pulled out the notepad, with the pencil. And that was frowned upon, reading your jokes out. But he made it funny, and he made it a thing where he'd be like, "Hey man, I ain't from here. So if y'all don't find me funny, it don't even matter because I don't live here." And then he'll pull out the notebook pad, and he'll get the pen, and he'll just do something like this. And what I'm saying? It was just funny, it was natural. So Mojo is, man, he doing it, man. He revolution. He's really revolution. Dang, I can't even talk. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. He making something different, work with, man, with the cell phones, man. Shout out to Mojo, bro.